Right, I've got Chris Lonne from Team No Nibs, champion team from yesterday's round 4 John Wright Memorial of the Atomic Bream series. How you going, Chris?
Cheers, thanks, Craig. Yeah, good, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Your bag, 3.54 kilos. Great bag for the day. We were talking before, and there was seven bags over the 3 kilo mark. So yesterday fished extremely well. You must be pretty happy with the day.
Yeah, we had an awesome day. We stuck to we had like a loose game plan, and then it went off, sort of without a hitch, more or less, for the most part, anyway. Yeah.
Now you were telling me before you fished a couple of different areas. You fished out the back towards that sort of cabbage tree area. So that was your initial plan, was head out there and sort of target some fish deep.
Yeah, that was our we there's a bit of rock down there that we've been fishing that I sort of fished in the open, and it's holding some decent numbers of fish, and we started off quite shallow, and sort of ran some crankbaits over it and stuff like that, and got a bag relatively quickly, sort of within, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so. And then we just sort of basically put the live scope on and just sort of edged our way out, and then just kept looking for patches of fish. There wasn't like massive schools of them or anything, but you just sort of work around it. And then once you'd see a showing of 4 or 5, put the cast in, and usually you're rewarded pretty quickly.
So that live scope, having that live scope was an integral part of being able to locate those small numbers of fish and then target them. So,
definitely, it's it's so important for me at the moment. Anyway, like I use it as much as possible, as much as I can. The only time I don't really use it is when I'm fishing probably anywhere shallower than like 3 foot. Or when I'm fishing, I don't really use it when I'm fishing pontoons or anything. But if I'm fishing any sort of rock, even flats, I just put the forward facing on. I don't run perspective really because I don't have the mount. But I just run forward facing, and love it. Absolutely love it.
I guess moving forward, it's something that I guess we have to adapt to as anglers to keep up with the way the sport is evolving.
Yeah, exactly. I think as technology gets better, hopefully it'll get cheaper. And, more and more people will use it. I think it'll be more and more common. I think that's sort of the way it's going. It's just like anything, like any sort of new tech, like spot lock leckies or anything like that. It all sort of becomes the norm eventually.
It's almost like buying a second boat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, I mean, I'm just running a pretty basic setup, like just like a little 9-inch sounder. And it's definitely good enough for me. I'm not at the point like Morgo's level or anything where I can sort of watch my lure go down and watch the fish's reaction. But for those deeper, for those areas where you're fishing for patches of fish and stuff, it just saves so much time and so many casts by just sort of just motoring around till you know that you're casting at fish.
Yeah, and that's, I think, it's that economy of effort. You can make 1,000 blind casts a day and catch X amount of fish, or you can make 500 effective casts, or and catch the same amount of fish. It's efficiency and that. So it's a pretty hot topic, and I guess we'll just see how it evolves, and I'm sure the young guns coming through they'll just become natural. There's a few of us older guys been around for a while that have to kind of try and adapt to that and stay with the times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what lures were you using to target those fish?
So at the first spot, so I said we were cranking, I was throwing like chubbies and stuff, chubbies and spikes at that first bit of rock, and then the secondary deeper spot, we were mainly running like grubs and Z-Man grubs, slim swims, and cranky crabs.
Okay.
And then we just sort of changed the weights up with the amount of sort of flow that was pushing through, and I think we ended up fishing 8s while we were down there towards Jacob's Well, and then and then when we moved on to the pin later in the day, we upped it into, I think, 1/4 ounce jig heads and pretty much the same sort of plastics.
Yeah. Was there a standout colour?
I always pretty much run the motor oil grub, like as a standard. But I think Jacob was running, could be wrong on this, but I think it was like a bloodworm slim swim.
Yep.
Pretty sure. And then in terms of crabs, it was just cockle and olive.
Yep. So the proven tournament winners, you mentioned the colours and lures in there that have won a lot of money in a lot of comps over the years. So.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's good to sometimes just stick to the basic lures, and they're good for a reason.
That's it. Yeah. So, and who was was it sort of fairly evenly spread between the catch, or did you have different patches each where one sort of was catching lots, the other one wasn't, or was it how?
It was a pretty even spread throughout the whole day. Like it was. We'd both be sort of fishing like different zones. Like we're in the same area, but they were fishing different zones. And he might fish a little bit deeper and catch 1 or 2, and then I'd still get a couple from the shallow stuff. So it was I mean, I didn't keep count or anything, but I think felt like it was pretty even spread for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now, obviously, we were honouring John Wright, who the event is obviously named after. Pretty special to get your name on that trophy. It's something, I think, it's an event that's growing in stature and a lot of start hopefully giving that prestige of getting your name on that trophy. So, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it's obviously an honour to get the name on the trophy, and I mean, I never got to meet him, but from everything I've heard from people, sounded like a stand-up bloke. So really, honoured, I guess, to have the name on the trophy.
Nice. And custodian for the next 12 months, and like I said, I've been saying we will try and get it back out the dam. So it was his favourite place and where it started. So, but it's been a bream event for the last few years, and but John loved his bream fishing and that. So, but we'll see how we go if SEQ Water will play the game and that. But it's good, great to see you get the win, and anybody else you want to thank in the sponsors line or that kind of thing?
Definitely. Obviously you, for doing all the hard yards and getting these comps across the line, put in all the work and get all the sponsors signed up, and it's a big job, and it's not lost on anyone who's fishing, I'm sure. And then also Matt from Baramba Lures for sponsoring that round, and just all the other competitors and that for showing up, and making it a good weekend, good little gathering and chat and debrief at the end.
That's it. Yeah, Matt gave everyone who fished the round one of his Detonator 38s, a new crank into the market, and certainly doing some big things in that space. So, and Matt's been a great supporter fishing the events with us as well. So that's much appreciated. Yeah,
I've used those detonators as well, and they definitely catch. They good little crankbait.
Absolutely. And now one thing we haven't spoken about is your bag was anchored by the event's big bream, 974 grams from memory. Tell us a bit about that fish.
So we probably had a bag somewhere around maybe 2.8 or something like that. We'd just come from the main spot that we fished pretty much all morning. We come back out to the pin, and it was pretty slow going for the first hour, and then it was we just sort of started fishing a little bit wider, and just a run of good fish came through, and it was sort of, I think maybe we only got like 8 or 9 or something like that, but pretty much all of them sort of over that 30 fork mark. And the big fella came through just after Jacob had caught a 80 centimetre jewie. So we were sort of like, oh no, is it going to be another jewie? But yeah, no, it was a good sized bream, so we're happy with that.
Nice. He got that Dewey on 5 pound, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's a good effort.
Yeah, and it all actually, I should say, it also came after we lost one at the boat as well. That would have been pretty similar size. So we thought it was going to hurt us, but I don't know. It didn't hurt us too bad anyway.
Yeah, well, I think you got one by just over 100 grams, so it could have, but you got across the line, which is the main thing. So that was interesting. There was a little bit of bycatch yesterday. I think I saw a photo of Joel with a nice Ludwig, and Mitch Sayers had a great jack as well. So Dewey's, it's just a great time of year to fish, all right?
Yeah, Jacob got he got a 70 centimetre flathead as well.
Oh, really?
Today as well, yeah. So he was bycatch king for the day.
Nice. All right, mate. Congratulations. Really appreciate your time and having a chat through your day. Really appreciate your support of the series, and look forward to seeing you on the Tweed next round, which is the Interclub Challenge. I'll give everyone a reminder. Put your guess up for or not your guess, but your suggestions for a name of that event. Had a good one today from actually from Chriso. He said, what did he say? Mate versus mate and state versus state. So I'm taking the old NRL state of origin.
Yeah. That's got a ring to it. Yeah.
So I'll put that one up on the page to see if that gets any leverage. So we'll get a name for that. We're going to get a perpetual trophy made up, and hopefully that becomes an annual event we can run with the boys down there and see that grow as well. It's great to sort of get that, that real sort of tournament spirit and that social aspect going, which helps build the sport.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. It's it's good to see it sort of moving forward and getting a bit more growth into the sport, and I reckon it's an awesome idea. So
Yep, and just finally, you've got you're fishing both the ABTs on Ballina and the Tweed round.
Yeah, we'll be doing Tweed. Yeah, we're doing Tweed and Ballina. Yep. Yeah, so should be decent, hopefully.
So it works in well for a nice little pre-fish weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to do the Richmond on the Saturday. The comp's on the Sunday, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the Richmond on the Saturday, I reckon.
Same here.
Fish the Tweed on the Sunday.
If I'm not prepping, we'll see how we go. So, all right, mate. Well, like I said, thanks for your time. Really appreciate your support, and we'll catch up soon.
Too easy, mate. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. Cheers.